So hello students, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine and safe. Welcome to your YouTube channel Revision Learning. Cell, the basic structural, functional and biological unit of all known organisms, and cell are also known as the building blocks of life. So students, today we are going to learn about this cell and its structure and functions. So without wasting any time, let's directly join to our Sir Joyshankar's class and let's know in details about the cell, its structure and functions.
Good evening students, myself Joyshankar De, class 8 science teacher. Today on 31st August 2020 Monday, I am going to start the new chapter, chapter 8. The name of the chapter is cell structure and function. Now student, let's start our today's discussion from page number A89. First part is introduction of this chapter. Now let's start our introduction first. Student, you maybe have learned about the cell in previous classes like class 6 and class 7 also. We cannot see the cell from the external examination. We just see the parts of the plants like root, stems, leaves, flowers, etc. Even in case of the human body also, we cannot see the cells directly from external examinations. We just see the face, then fingers, hands, legs, etc. the body parts. For mentioning the cell or for knowing about the cell, we need to do some study so that we can understood the different parts of the body and the cell structure and functions of the body. Same things happen in case of the plants and animals also. Student, you may be heard about the instrument microscope. The microscope is used to study microorganisms as well as the internal structure of the living things. Today students, we will discuss about the cell structure and functions of the plants and animals. Discovery of the cell. The cell was discovered by Robert Hooke, an English scientist, in the year 1665. He observed thin slices of cork under his crude microscope. Cork is a part of the bark of a tree. Student, actually he means Robert Hooke, found that the cork was made of box-like compartments forming a honeycomb structure. As you can see in the figure 8.1, Robert Hooke named this box-like compartment as cells. Actually, the Robert Hooke observed as boxes or cells was actually dead cells. He demonstrated his work to scientists at the Royal Society of London. Student, this is the enlarged view of the cork cells. As you can see that box-like structure here. Next part is cell. Cell is an organism may be compared to bricks in a building. Just as bricks are assembled to make a building, cells are assembled to make an organism. Which means students, if you can see that a wall or a building made by a bricks by assembling the bricks, similarly human body also or the animals and plants body also made by cells by assembling the cells. That is why the cell or the bricks are called that basic structural unit. There is only one difference between cell and bricks, is that bricks are the non-living things, whereas cells are complex living structure. Student, you can see the two diagram. 8.2a brick wall and this onion peel. See, this structure is made by bricks. This is a structure of wall, and as you can see that this is the onion peel, but you can see the structures are quite similar with the big bricks. We can construct buildings of different designs, shapes and sizes from similar bricks. Similarly, millions of organisms of different designs, shapes and size exist in the living world, though all are made up of cell. Next part is variety in cell number, size and shape. Student, as already mentioned above, there are millions of living organisms. These differ in numbers, shapes and size of cells. Now, first one, cell number. Some living organisms like the bacteria, Chlamydomonas, amoeba and paramecium are made up of single cell. These organisms made of single cell are called unicellular organisms. Uni means one, cellular means cell. Student, as you can see, this is the diagram of amoeba, this is paramecium and this is Chlamydomonas. The single cell in unicellular organisms performs all the necessary functions that a complex organisms perform. Large plants and animals are made up of a large number of cells, but they are in different type. Now student, next one is multicellular organism. The organisms consists of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. Multi means many, cellular means cell. In multicellular organisms, students, the number of cells increases as the development takes place. Next part, cell size. The size of the cell in living organisms varies a great. It may vary from a few microns or micrometer. 1 micron or micrometer equal to 1 millionth of the material. 1 micron or micrometer equal to 1 millionth of a meter to a few centimeters. Now students, as you can see, hen egg, this is the cell size given 60 into 45 mm. Ostrich egg 170 into 135 mm. Hummingbird egg 13 into 8 mm. These are all the structures of a egg of different birds. Student, you maybe know that the largest cell is that of an ostrich egg, measuring from 170 mm into 135 mm. Cells visible to the unaided eyes, ostrich egg and hen's egg. Student, in hen's egg there is a central yellow part called the yolk, which is surrounded by the white albumin. The white part of the cell is called the albumin and the central yellow part is called the yolk, and the albumin has the maximum protein in egg. Students, here is some explanation about the unicellular and multicellular organisms cell size. You just need to have a look 1 or 2 times, or you just need to read 1 or 2 times for the knowledge and information. Now, next part is cell shape. Cells are of diverse shapes. Student, from 8.3 and 8.4 we can understood. In 8.3 these are the structure of the cells, and in 8.4 these are the structure of the cells. So maybe you have seen the difference of the cell shape. Some cells like amoeba and white blood cells of human body continuously changing their shapes. Most cells, however, maintain a constant shape all through their existence. Cells are generally round, spherical, elongated, or spindle shaped. Some cells may even be irregular in shape, as in amoeba. Some cells are quite long and branch like the nerve cells. These projections are called pseudopodia. Student, as you can see the spelling of the pseudo, P is silent, Pseudopodia, pseudopodia, which means pseudo means false, podia means feet, singular pseudopodium or false feet, you can say that. The pseudopodia help amoeba in its movement and in capturing food. The shape of a cell is related to its function. A nerve cell clearly exhibits this relationship. It is long, branch and has thread-like projections, as it has to convey message to different parts of the body. As you can see that this is the onion cell, skin cell, then cheek cells, then red blood cells, white blood cells, muscle cells, nerve cells, and this is leaf mesophyll cells. Next part is cell structure and function. Student, as the shapes, size and the appearance of the cells of plants and animals are different, but they carry out some numbers of functions which are similar, like nutrition, respiration, growth and reproduction. Thus, in plants, leaves perform the function of synthesis of food, while in animals, mouth is involved in the intake of food. Though in shape and size, leaves and mouth in different plants and animals may be different, but they carry out the same function in the plants and animals respectively. To perform the various functions, each living organism has many organs. For example, in plants, roots, leaves and stem end are different organs. Similarly, in animals, stomach, intestine, heart, kidneys and lungs and some other organs. Different organs perform specific functions. Roots are organs which help in the absorption of water and minerals from the land. Similarly, stomach is an organ for digestion and lungs takes part in breathing. Each organ is further made up of smaller parts called tissues. A tissue is a group of similar cells performing a specific function. The cell is the basic structural unit in a living organism. Next part is parts of cell. Student, as you can see that in figure 8.6, cells in an open onion peel. Now here you can see that this layer is called the cytoplasm, and these small dots, as you can see, these are called nucleus, and these parts, the between the nucleuses, these parts is called the vacuole. Now next part is a cell in hydrilla leaf. This is cell wall, and this part is called the cell membrane. This is cytoplasm, as you can see that this cytoplasm, this is vacuole, and this is nucleus, and this part is called the chloroplast. This part is called the chloroplast. Next one is cheek cells. Here it is cytoplasm. This dot, as you can see in the figure, it is called the cytoplasm. This is cell membrane. This layer is called the cell membrane. This is nucleus, and this layer is called the nucleus membrane. In plants and animal cells, there are three parts. First one is cell membrane, second one is cytoplasm, and third one is nucleus. The cytoplasm and the nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane, also called plasma membrane. The cytoplasm surrounded by the cell membrane and enclosing the nucleus together, it is called protoplasm. Proto means first, plasm means liquid. Protoplasm, in other words, includes the cell membrane, the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Next part, cell membrane, also called the plasma membrane. It is a very thin skin covering cell. There are very teeny holes in the cell's membrane. and it is thus porous. As you can see, the animal cell, and this is nucleus, and these dots, as you can see, these are called cytoplasm, and this is small temporary vacuole, these dots, and this is called the cell membrane. Same things in case of the plant cell. This is nucleus, and this is cytoplasm, and this is chloroplast, contains chlorophyll or for photosynthesis, and this is the cell membrane. This is cell wall, thick firm protective layer, and this is large permanent vacuole. This one is the large permanent vacuoles. Now some functions are being performed by the plasma membrane. These are: first one, it protects the cell; second one, it provides shape to the cell; and third one, it allows materials to enter and leave the cell through the tiny holes. Next one, cytoplasm. Cytos means hollow, plasma means liquid. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like structure occupying most of the space inside the cell. Cytoplasm actually taking the space between the cell membrane and the nucleus, and all the life functions takes place in the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm contains many important tiny components or structures called the organelles, which perform the various life functions. Next one is nucleus. In plural form it is called nuclei. Nucleus means kernel, which means it is in the center of the cell. Depending on the structure of the cell, the nucleus may be change place. The nucleus is present inside the cell, surrounded by the cytoplasm. The nucleus is the boss of the cell, just like the head of the institutions or the principals or the MD, or you can say that the head of the institutions. Like that, nucleus is also the head of the cell. In any schools, colleges, or the university, the head controls everything. Like that, the nucleus is also controls everything in the cell, or in the human body, or in the plant's body. There are four parts of the nucleus. First one, nuclear membrane; second one, nuclear sap or nucleoplasm; third one, nucleolus, plural nucleoli; and fourth one, chromosomes. The outermost covering layer of the nucleus is called the nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. Nuclear membrane allows exchange of substance between the nucleoplasm and the cytoplasm with the help of tiny holes like the cell membrane. The jelly-like fluid inside the nucleus is called the nucleoplasm. Chromosomes and nuclei are present in the nucleoplasm. Nucleus is a small spherical body present in the nucleus. Chromosomes are thread-like structure which carry a number of genes. The chromosomes and the genes play an important role in the inheritance of characters from one generation to another, that is, from parents to children. The chromosome can be seen only when the cell divides. Now, some functions of the nucleus. First one, transmission of characters from one generation to another. Next one, control of all the life functions taking place inside the cell. Next one, organelles. A number of structures called organelles occur in the cytoplasm. These are: number one, mitochondria, rod or spherical in shape; number two, cytoplasms, present only in plant cells; number three, endoplasmic reticulum; number four, Golgi complex or bodies; number five, lysosomes; number six, ribosomes. Chloroplasts are green colored structures present in the cell. These can be easily seen in the cytoplasm of the cells of Hydrilla and Tradescantia. The green colored plastids are called the chloroplast, which provide green color to the leaves. Next one, the cell wall. The cell wall is an extra covering that surrounds the cell membrane of a plant cell. It is made of a non-living materials called cellulose. Function of the cell wall are: it provides rigidity to the cell, it provides protection to the cell. Plant cells need protection against the high wind speed, variations in temperature and atmospheric moisture. Next one's vacuoles. As a result of various life functions taking place inside the cell, number of chemical products accumulated within the cell. These are generally stored inside clear areas or spaces present in the cytoplasm. These clear space which are surrounded by the membrane are called vacuoles. In amoeba, the vacuoles contain food particles and called food vacuoles. Next one, student, features shared by the plant cell and animal cell. First one, plasma membrane present in both, nucleus present in both, mitochondria present in both, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes and rhizosomes present in both. These are the features shared in plant cell and animal cells. Now students, as you can see that table number 8.1, functions of organelles. Student, these are the name of the organelles and these are the functions: mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, ribosomes. These are the 6 organelles and these are the functions of the organelles. You have to read this one, student. Next one is difference between animal cell and plant cell. The major differences between the animal cell and plant cell: in animal cell, cell wall is lacking. In plant cell, a rigid cell wall is present. In animal cell, chloroplasts are present. In plant cell, chloroplasts are present. In animal cell, vacuoles are present. If present, they are smaller in size. In plant cells, vacuoles are large in size. These are the differences between the animal cell and the plant cell. Next one and the last part is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. The nucleus of a bacterial cell is different from that of different plants and animals. In bacteria, the nucleus is not well organized and it lacks the nucleus membrane, whereas in the plant cell and animal cells, the nucleus is well defined and the nuclear membrane is present. On the basis of this, there are 2 types of cell. One is prokaryotic. Pro means primitive, cryon means nucleus. As cells as found in bacteria and blue-green algae. Organisms with prokaryotic cells are called prokaryotes. Eukaryotic cell, or you can say that eukaryotic, U means true, cryon means nucleus, cells, as found in the all organisms except bacteria and blue-green algae. Organisms with the eukaryotic cells are called eukaryotes. Here we are ending our discussion and the explanation. Student, this is all about the chapter 8, cell structure and function. Now student, these are some keywords given in the book and these are some important points given in the book. Students, you have to read these keywords and the points.